Welcome to Inside Politics. I'm Chris Varcoe, the politics editor at the Calgary Herald, joined by Don Braid, the Herald's columnist. Don, everyone is talking about whether we're going to have a spring 2015 election. I don't think we will, and I don't think we should.
I think we will, and I think we should.
Okay, well, let's go through the reasons. My first reason is probably the most important one. It's the law. The government put in place a law to hold fixed election dates. The next one is supposed to be in the spring of 2016, and I don't see any reason why they should break it.
There are exemptions in the law, for instance, a minority government. You can't tell a government in our system not to have an election if they're, say, a minority. They can change it. The big point for me is, the Democratic point is, this premier will have been unelected for more than a year and a half if they wait until the spring of 2016. He needs a mandate.
Well, let's talk about this premier. This premier promised several times over the last year while he was running and after he won the PC leadership that he wasn't going to hold an election until 2016. Why should he break his word? Haven't we had enough promise breaking from campaign trail promises to last a lifetime?
Well, I don't disagree that he will have broken a promise, but he's now moderating his promise a bit. You'll notice in the last little while he's staying, we're leaving the options open on this. I think he needs a mandate to deal with the time that we're facing with the budget, oil prices, and so forth.
Well, I think that's the logical reason of why you wouldn't want to have an election is we're sitting here at oil prices around $50 a barrel. Doesn't the government have better things to do than crass political opportunism and being running around looking for votes, but really sitting around and governing properly while we're facing a fiscal crisis?
The election would be about exactly that. It'd be about a budget that deals with the things he wants to do to deal with oil that's at $49 at this moment. And people will have a chance to endorse or reject what he's proposing to do about all this. He may actually raise taxes. Would you want him going into an election without, going another year after raising taxes?
Well, let's talk about some real politics, and that is the PC party spent a lot of money in 2012 getting themselves elected. They really don't have a lot of extra money right now. We know that the Wild Rose out-fundraised them last year and in the previous year, so wouldn't it make sense for them to wait?
The PCs are getting used to borrowing money, both for government and for elections. They had to borrow money or get new money in the course of the last election. They're ready to do that because they know that if they win this thing, Wild Rose is going to be flattened as a fundraising force, and they'll do fine on the money front for years to come.
That's my final reason, is I think it would look to be very crass. It would look like rank political opportunism to run an election while the opposition is on its knees.
Chris, exactly.
Guess we'll find out.
We will.